Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Coach. Hey, this is the last hour right here, and I mean this star-studded. Right before we left out, we had my man John Watts on here doing it big, telling us about his triumph, and his ups and his downs. And hey, this powerful book, The Power of the V, which we're gonna be talking about soon. Mr. Watts,
Yeah.
how you doing, sir?
All right, sir.
All right, we ready? You ready to get down? Ready to finish it up?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, here we go. So as when we left off a minute ago, John, we was talking about, you said when you got out of prison, your daughters had 6 babies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and go ahead. I'll let you finish it up.
Oh, yes, they had 6 children, and they're between 6 different baby fathers. None of them were married. The choice of men that they chose was, thugs and people with no GED, haven't graduated, didn't have any trade, drug dealers, weed heads. But I blame a lot of it on myself, because when I was absent for 9 years, it's hard to raise children through prison.
Right.
You can't raise a child. You can't hold them to a relationship. You can't do anything being in prison. You can't. You send a letter. You hope that they come visit you. I think they visited me 3 times out of 9 years. I can't even raise a child.
Right.
You can't.
But during that situation, John, what was your biggest fear with your kids?
Getting pregnant.
Right.
I wanted my children to go to high school, graduate, and end up in college.
Right.
But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So soon I heard that they were pregnant. I said, "Would you get an abortion?" They said, "No, I want to keep it." And what can I do?
Right.
Yell over the phone. They don't hear. They hang up. When I call back, they don't press 9 to accept the call. So, I couldn't do that. So I had to kind of bow down just to keep a decent relationship between my children.
Right. And in that situation, like you said, when you had to bow down, that's so hurting to a strong father. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, it is.
And take us, sir. Give us a little knowledge on that.
Well, having your children living with you and then, going to prison, and again, like you're trying to raise them from a telephone call for 15, lasting only 15 minutes, or a letter, it makes it difficult. It makes you feel less than a father, even though you want to be the best father that you want to be. It just makes it difficult to ever become that person. The same thing with a mother that goes to prison. It's hard for her to raise her son or daughter or children from a prison cell. So you lose all the parenting power that you once had once you go to prison. Everything is stripped, and you're limited to everything.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're definitely right. But in the midst of all that, were your daughters were they honest with you, or did they keep a lot of secrets?
Oh, well, of course, after you're not there no more, they can tell all the lies they want. I mean, how are you going to find out if it's true or not?
Right. Right. Well, one of my partners was locked up, and his daughter was like just blatantly blunt with him, and like almost like, what you gonna do? That's why I asked that question.
Oh, no. My daughter wasn't disrespectful that way.
Right.
And I think it came from early discipline. I would discipline my children. No problem, bro. I get a belt in a heartbeat.
That's right.
So they respect me regardless if I'm in prison or if I'm in Timbuktu 50,000 miles away or if I'm living on the moon. You ain't going to curse at me. You ain't going to disrespect me, because if you do, when I get home, I'm going to get that ass again. You can be 40 years old.
Right. Yeah.
Because I raised children that way. So, but they would say, "No, I'm not doing nothing." "Oh, no, I'm not having sex, Dad." "Okay, make sure you wear a condom. If you do, okay, I will." "Are they kissing?" "No, I'm only 12. I'm not kissing nobody." So I can't believe them.
Right.
Just my ex-woman telling me she ain't seeing nobody, and she having sex with somebody every night in my bed.
Wow.
So what you gonna do?
Right.
You don't know. You want to take them for their word.
Right. But in that situation, John, okay, we're going to switch it. So with your woman, when a guy goes to prison and he's going to be in there that long, I mean, should you just let it? What would you tell a man that's ready to do 10 years flat? There's no parole, no nothing coming. You ready to do the flat 10. What would you tell him if he's in a relationship?
If he's doing a flat 5, I tell him you have to let that woman go, man, especially if she's in her early 20s and early 30s.
Yeah.
Let her live her life. Let her go out there. If she's free when you get out, man, y'all pick up where you left off and keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I told her, listen, you can go be who you want to be with, man. I got 8 more years to do after done a year. Be free. Go do what you want to do, but be respectful and still be my friend. That's all I asked her to do. Be my friend.
Right.
At that point, I don't care about who she gave her vagina to. I didn't care about that. She could have been doing that when I was home.
Right.
I don't care. Be my friend. And most women in a relationship, they don't know how to be a friend. They know how to be a woman. They know how to be a wife, but they don't know how to be a friend. And when I went to prison, it was tested. I've been with her for 17 years, and I thought we had a friendship. We didn't have nothing but a relationship.
Wow.
That's it.
So did she leave you high and dry?
Of course. Left my high and dry, wear my clothes, gave another dude some of my other clothes, sold the other $80,000 worth of clothes I bought before I went to jail that I was waiting to come home to come to, and stop taking my phone calls so I was unable to talk to my children. Oh, of course, man.
Right.
A weak woman allow a man to come into her life and turn everything around. Not a strong woman. A strong woman would say, hey, my children's father is in prison. We have to have open communication between him, I, and my children. So I'm not going to change my number. And when I talk to him, when he calls every other day for 15 minutes, I'm going to go in the other room and speak with him out of respect.
Right.
So if we cannot deal with that, well, we cannot have a relationship. But a lot of women are afraid to say that to a man because she's like him, and she figures she tell him that it would let him feel as though I still run the show, even from prison. And a lot of men are intimidated by that. They was already intimidated because I have a name, I've been a millionaire 3 times, so they was already intimidated by me anyway.
Right, right. Yeah, you definitely right on that. But the thing about it is, let's switch it for a minute. So when you was in prison, when did you get this book? When did this book come through your head? What made you touch on it and start writing it?
About 2 months before I came home, I got a Father's Day card from my 2 oldest daughters, and I decided to write them a letter, and then the letter actually turned into a book because I realized when I was writing to my daughters, there was a whole lot of other men in prison that also too had daughters. So I wanted the book to be a voice for those other men that was in prison to their daughters that they cannot speak with.
Right, there it is. And man, was it completed when you got out of prison? Did you finish it up once you got out?
Well, I wrote the book in 14 days, and then it took about 9 months to do the editing. So, I'll say almost about a year to do everything, to get it right, because I didn't want to do a book where it talked of degrading women. I don't want to degrade any women. I mean, there are other books and other people that have done that.
Right.
I don't want to be that person.
Right.
I want to be a person that uplifts the females, starting from age 12 to 112. You know what I'm saying? And that we need more of that.
Oh, yeah, you definitely right. So let's run through the book real quick. Let's put them on your radar, and we got to keep it moving. But give it to them, baby. Let them know. Tell us about the book, okay. Power to V.
Well, the book, again, it teaches women how to learn their power through their voice and becoming a virtuous woman through Proverbs 31, 10 through 31, those that know the Bible, and the power once you realize your self-validation. You have to learn how to validate yourself and not wait to be validated by a man or a woman or material things or money or career. Self-validation starts within. And if you don't know how to self-validate yourself, then you don't have the power. You don't hold the power. Power isn't what's between your legs, honey. It's really not. However, there is a weak man that will make you believe that because they're weak, but a strong man looking for substance. we look for more than what you can do in the bedroom.
That's right.
So the book teaches women how to be ladies and not just women.
Okay.
You're a woman at 18, but you're a woman, but you're a lady by the things that you get taught. And
it's a great book. Everybody, I'm telling you, I'm really going to put y'all on this man's radar. The man's got a great book, and when I say he's breaking it down to where, like I said, from 16 to 80, you understand what he's saying. If you don't understand, it's just because you just don't want to get it with this book. So I encourage everybody. John, give them your website.
You can go to www.stone.com.
There it is. All right, John, I want to thank you, man. Hey, our time is running. And like I said, I'm going to get back with you, man. We got something else up, you know what I'm saying? And I apologize about what happened with the phone lines and all that. It's something that's out of my control. But like I said, I'm going to make it back up to my guests. I got something else up my sleeve, and I'll be talking to you soon, all right?
Okay, thank you very much, my brother, and all the listeners. Be safe, stay strong, and continue to believe in God. He's first. He has all power.
You know that's right. And like I said, he sent his angels now, man, to keep everybody aware of his word. And that's what we're doing today. And I thank you for that, brother.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, have a nice day, man.
You too.
All right, take it easy.
Bye.
So everybody check us out. This is what we get ready to do. Hey, we got my man in the house, Kevin Randleman, but we'll be right back. We're going to take a break, and we're going to get back in and let him tell his story. You know what I'm saying? And he's went through a lot today, so be patient with him. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to work it out. But like I said, he's a fixture on the show. I mean that. So this is Conversations with Cogee. That was my man, John Watts. Don't forget about that book, y'all, Power of the V. It's a powerful book. You don't want to miss it. And this is Cogee, baby. We'll be right back.
It's like a bell that keeps on ringing.
We back, baby. Hey, this is our last hour, and I mean, it's on fire right now. John Watts, I want to thank you, brother. John Watts, man, hey, he's always there for me, and like I said, the man is honest. He's going to give you the truth. He ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. So if you're looking for sugarcoating when you reach him and talk to him about his book or whatever, hey, you be ready for what you ask for, because the man's going to give it to you. And I got another real cat sitting right here with me. Hey, they call him the monster.
Hoorah.
But he's got a good heart, though. But the man only becomes
Don't
a
say that,
monster.
Coach Jones.
The man only becomes a monster when he has to, through the good and the bad. But he's here on the good today. My man, Kevin Randleman. What's up, brother?
I'm good, baby. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing all right. I'm trying to do it like you, baby.
It's always good to be on Conversations with Cogee and get out to them people out there.
Man, I appreciate it. Hey, we heard you had a little incident with a close friend. And I want to bring it up because they told me that means a lot to you, and that's something you want to touch on with him and his family. So, hey, you got the platform, brother. Do your thing.
His name was Sean Tompkins. He was one of MMA's elite trainers. He taught. He was in the corner with Randy Couture when he won some of his belts. He's fought. He's been in the corner with Victor Belfort, the Vanderlei Silvas, the Mark Coleman's. He's been in the corner with a lot of the greats. And he was great. He's going to be greatly missed. So Sean Tompkins, all our love goes out to his wife, Emily Tompkins, in Canada. And if you guys want to send him any well wishes or anything, you can reach Serena at Tap Out Research and Development Center in Vegas. It's all, it's still so surreal, because I was just with him like 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago up in Canada, and we were just trying to figure out what the next game plan is for all the bangers that got fights coming up.
Right. So what happened, if we can ask? Is it?
We have no idea.
Okay.
He's always doing shows. He's always at a show. He's always got fighters fighting somewhere in Canada, America, wherever.
Oh, okay.
So he was at one of the shows and went home afterwards and was at one of his friends' house, went to sleep because they had an early day. And they went in to wake him up, and he didn't wake up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they think it might have been an aneurysm?
I don't talk about other people's business just because it's their business to tell, not
I understand.
mine.
Right, I heard
you. I don't know, but once I find out, everyone will know.
Right, I understand. Well, only reason I ask because I know two people within the last 6 months, they didn't get hit with those. For real. I mean, that's like on the rise right now. But they say it comes from your diet and everything, the way you eat, and a lot of stuff. So
Sure.
I mean, I don't personally know, but I know some people two people that went through that, man, and that's a sad thing. But hey, our heart goes out to his family.
Sure.
He's got our blessings, and like Kevin said, he gave y'all where y'all can donate or do whatever y'all need to do to keep the family uplifted. And so, how you doing through this situation?
It's still. I don't. I mean, everyone deals with things differently. I'm one of those guys. I guess I'm internal. I find growth from every disparaging thing that happens to me. If something wrong goes wrong, I'm gonna make it right somehow in my life.
Right.
So I'm finding strength in it. I went and worked out today, and man, am I tired right now.
I hear you.
But
so how's wifey, man?
She's always the rock, baby. She's always a rock, pillar of the community, literally.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So give us a little bit about your story, man. Hey, you're a second-time achiever, man. What we're going to do, we're going to talk about how you was the champion, and all of a sudden this sickness came down. we can move in on that. I want people to know how you can be at the top of your game. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Let's do this. Get his promo ready. Let's hit his promo real quick and give him a minute, you know what I'm saying, to regroup. And then we're going to come in and we're going to talk about it. So check us out, everybody. This is my man, Kevin Randleman, right here. Check it out. Okay, check us out. They're getting the promo ready right now. That's cool. But, yeah, definitely on this promo, I mean, Kevin's really breaking it down, just letting people know, where he came from, what he's about, and, hey, what's to come. And you know what's so cool, man, is that everything you talked about, you manifested and you made it happen. And I mean that.
I remember when I was younger, my dad, excuse me, you guys, I just came back from training, so I got a little something in my mouth chewing.
Go ahead. Okay, hold on. He got the clip ready, and then we'll come back in about your dad. It's my man, Kevin Randleman.
Well, I tell you, like all the athletes can definitely relate to this. I've been an athlete all my life, ever since I was 10 years old, wrestling, football, track, and you've got to fight through adversity all the time. But I can honestly say that if it wasn't for my faith in a higher power and having great friends here in Las Vegas, like Keith Evans, Lisa, and the guys from Tap Out and the guys from Extreme Couture, John Lewis's gym, Jay Seck. I mean, these guys, they kept calling on me and sending me messages saying that it's going to be okay, you'll be back. And with the love of a good woman, Elizabeth Randleman, she stuck by me. Every time I woke up out of a coma, she was sitting right there, and just gave me a reason to become that man again. Life is easy. It's what we make it harder than it needs to be, and that's why I'm living my life by. I'm just trying not to make anything harder than it already is. I got the name The Monster for a reason, and I'm still going to be the monster in the ring, but outside the ring, I'm a very loving, caring kind of guy, and I respect everybody. I respect the fighters. I respect the bum. I respect the homeless guy on the street. I respect everybody. I don't walk around like I don't stink. I walk around with definitely a better perspective of life.
There it is, everybody, and I mean that. This man definitely does walk around with a lot of respect. But what we're going to do, we're going to jump right back into it. So tell us about your father.
He always laughed when I was younger because, I wore braces. I was like that Forrest Gump kid. I wore braces for a few years, and they came off, and I just wouldn't stop running. I got in a lot of trouble, but my dad always laughed because whenever I said I was going to do something, I would do it. And I've pretty much done that in my life. As far as having the second chances, right now, I have so many of them. It's up to the person, it's up to the individual person to figure out what their second chance can be.
Right.
And run with it if they can. My father just always said that there was something special about me, regardless of how crazy I was to jump out of a second-story window. You just do things that make people realize that there's something different about you.
Hey, but we recommend nobody just jump out of a second-story window.
Please, dude, this is not that show. Do not do what we say on the show. No matter what, everything is always going to have adversity, and life is just adversity, and that's kind of, my wife tells me, that's what I look at. Right. That's where I came from, and that's how I approach the world. If we're walking through the town center together, I'm looking at the guys, looking at her, and she's looking at the store. You know what I mean? It's that I'm a protector. That's how I am. That's how I'm going to always be. Second chances. Sean Tompkins gave me a second chance just to be a coach on the team, to help with the wrestling, the conditioning, and stuff like that. Moving to Vegas was my second chance in life, period.
I hear you.
Being in Columbus, I love Columbus, and I love my town. I love, for all them people in Sandusky, listening to Conversations with Cogee. Keep on tuning in, baby. Never ever forget where I come from.
There it is.
I got away from there because it was just too bad for me,
But to me, on that situation,
Sure.
your second chance to me, because we met a long time ago. Me and you, I meeting at I came and got you. Remember we went to the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah.
We
Yes,
sat in
sir.
there for what? Probably 5 hours talking.
That was some good food too.
Yeah, we sat in there, we was in there for like 5 hours. I mean, talking about everything. And this was at the height of the man's career. He didn't have no ego, cool to hang out with. Anything we talked about, he gave it 100 and gave it real. But I'm not the only one that feel that way about you, man. We got a person on the phone right now. Let's bring him in. Brad, what's up with you, man?
How you doing?
How you doing today?
Brad.
Not too bad. Not bad at all.
I hear you. What can we say about this man, Kevin Randleman?
Kevin is a bad dude. He is
Brad Allen.
he is absolutely my father figure. He gave me my second chance.
I'll
There
pay
it
you
is.
later, boy. My stock's about to rise with you, baby.
All right, come on, give us a little insight real quick, man. Hey, it's your dime, man. Let's go.
All right, sure. I'll give you a bit of a rundown what happened. When I was younger, I lost my father due to a battle of cancer. I saw him die in front of my eyes, changed my whole life, turned my life upside down.
Right.
I went through depression, binge eating disorder, obesity, surgeries, just death surrounding me everywhere. I had all my family dying. It was terrible experiences, and I just became just horribly depressed and didn't want to keep going. And then I watched Kevin fight in the ring, and just before his dad passed away, just shortly after his dad passed away, when he's fighting Fedor, that's when I got introduced to mixed martial arts, and I watched that. And even though he didn't win the fight, he gave it everything he had, and still one of the greatest moments in the history of the sport when he slammed Fedor. And it made me realize, it made me ask myself, what have I done since my dad's death?
Right.
And it inspired me. It was the first time 6 years with depression I had. I got inspired, and I managed to turn everything around after that.
He sent
It
me a
kind of
letter. Brad had sent me a letter.
that's true, yeah.
And I would call, when my fans send me letters and stuff, I call them.
Right,
if you leave
right.
me, if you got a great story,
Yeah.
and I can help you, uplift you in any way, it's no big. What is it off of me to help somebody else be better?
Oh, yeah.
So I had called him, and at first he didn't even think it was me. So I think he hung up the phone on me.
Right.
So I had to call him back and threaten him to kick his derriere if he hung the phone up on me again. So then he realized it was me. So then we started talking.
Right.
Go ahead, Brad. It's your dime again.
So as Kevin said, I sent him a letter, and that was when Kevin was going through a rough patch. He was just coming off of losses, and he's almost died a couple of times. And so I decided to give him an email, and I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect a thing. I expected maybe a thank you from I don't know, a secretary or something. But he gave me a call immediately after, and it just shows you what type of character Kevin has. There's not many fighters out there that would do that for their fans. And he didn't even know me, and I barely knew him. But we immediately had a good rapport after that.
Right.
Yeah, we're good friends now. Shortly after that, he told me that he was motivated to fight Shogun through me, and that inspired me to just keep going with this. And he was in the hospital shortly after that fight again, and I offered. He was. Tell me if I'm wrong, Kev. It was kidney failure or something close to that.
I was going through I was right after all them staph infections, and I was having problems. My body wasn't working right. I was kind of going through a little bit of a renal failure. My kidneys and my liver and stuff. I don't know if it was that severe, but Brad called the doctor and was trying to make sure that if his kidney was the perfect match, he was giving me one. He was flying to Vegas and giving me one of his kidneys. And to me, that's the biggest kind of respect that you could give. We just know each other from sharing stories. We all get depressed about little things, but the motivation comes from guys like Brad sending me texts going, what's up, monster? What you do today?
Right. Yeah, that's cool. So, Miss Peaches.
I think you still got.
I think. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm here.
So, what do you think about this story with Kevin and Brad?
Well, hey guys, how are you both doing? Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, Miss Peaches.
I just wanted to say that's divine intervention right there. That you would reach out to somebody not expecting anything, and he had a heart to contact you back. Obviously you both brought something positive into each other's life, and that's what Cogee tries to do every week on the show. And he does respond if anybody needs him. he's there for you guys, and I just think that's really cool that you guys are still friends to this day.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like I said, Kevin done touched my life in a lot of ways. And like I said, just watching him in the ring, when you had I'm gonna tell you the fight that I watch all the time is the one. Which fighter was it when you hurt your shoulder in the ring and they thought you was gonna quit? You hurt your shoulder real bad.
It was in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember who you're talking about.
Right, man. And you came back and won the fight with a hurt shoulder. And I mean, you laid for me. Even after the bell rung, you laid there and they wanted to stop it. You're like, nah, I'm just stretching my arm. I'm letting my muscles, retract, you know what I'm saying, and get back on. But you didn't stop. That shows who you are every day of your life. To anybody that don't know this man personally, he's a Terminator. And I mean that. And he's been through a lot.
With Conversations with Cogee, we always try and get out there that knowledge to everyone, kids, even women. Like, you've got strength within yourself, and you can find that strength within yourself. Just believe in yourself. Have faith in what you know. Have faith in your feelings, what your gut feeling is. Believe in yourself, and you can do crazy things.
Right. But even in that fight, you was hurt and you was down. What made you truly not stop? And hold on. But with that kind of injury, once me and you talked about it, you could have been out of the game permanently.
I was out of the game for 18 months.
Okay, right. But what made you risk that whole situation, knowing that it could be the end?
Well, I didn't even know I didn't know I was going to win that fight. I see guys fight all the time and stop. The fight gets ended and the other guy wins because he got poked in the eye or something. I don't believe in winning like that. My arm got hurt in the fight. I don't know whether he did it or I did it punching him, but I don't want to win a fight. I don't want him to win a fight that easy. So I just went out there and I realized that I could punch just as good with my left shoulder as I was with my right. So, I just couldn't imagine giving him an easy win. Right.
And that's the way you held up through your surgery.
Never die, man.
Now, what I want to do, like I said, let's go to your surgery real quick. And like I said, I want to give you all the time, man. But I definitely want people to know you was almost out of here. You died how many times on the table?
I don't know about dying, but because I can take that little bit of pain that's in my side. Right. It was going days.
But they bring you back, though. You said.
Well, not that they brought me back. It was just that I was renal failure, my lungs and everything. Like, when things are failing, I guess you could say, they just gave me the antibiotics that helps everything work better. If I wouldn't have got to the hospital, I would have died. Right. On 2 different occasions, but I did. So I don't want to make it sound any worse than it is. If my wife was sitting here, she would definitely tell you exactly how it was. Okay. But I don't like making it a big thing or nothing. I'm here.
But we're talking about the people who's in the hospitals right now that you go visit, the youngsters and everybody that they know you've been through it. What are your words of what are your encouraging words to these people?
Those nurses that are there, just talk to them. I tell you, when you're down and you're feeling like it's just too much, those nurses come in, they'll give you a joke and they'll make your life just a little bit better. It's only 4 walls for so long. Right. And then you'll be out of that hospital, back in your own, your own environment. But just keep your head up. And if you need to, contact me. I'll come visit you, especially if you're in Las Vegas.
Right. There it is. So take us through that. Take us through your recovery and how we got over to this star-studded side, baby. You know what I'm saying? Bring us up to that. And, hey, second chance achiever.
Through them surgeries, the amazing thing is when I moved to Vegas, I met this beautiful girl, she was great. I moved out here and I got sick shortly after that. So for 5 years straight, 5.5 years, I had surgery after surgery. I had 15 different surgeries. I had staph infections. They cut my right pec off and they cut my right lat off. And I had to rebuild all of this all over again. They did my shoulder. Every major shoulder. I broke my neck twice. Finally got it fixed the second time. It's just how I was brought up. Right. No matter how you think about it. I'm not saying that I'm the toughest. There's a guy. I could probably get knocked out by someone in this booth right now. It's just the fact that I'm okay with going that extra mile, or at least trying. My biggest fear is not trying.
Right. Right.
So anyone out there, if you've got an opportunity to make yourself or make your life better, and you do not try because you're afraid to fail, you already failed.
Right.
Give yourself the opportunity to fail, and you'll learn. I mean, you'll never fail. You won't fail at the same thing twice. You'll learn from the first one. You know, I just always want people to understand that it's never over until it's over.
Got that right. So after the recovery, getting back on the road, trying to train again, getting back in the mode of trying to go train when you hurt, you ain't used to it. Give us the star-studded moment on that. Where'd you pull that wheel from to just get back motivated, knowing you got to get up and go to the gym?
Money.
And you was doing 2 a days, right? You said
I do 3 days.
Okay, 3 a days.
I don't
right.
count the morning. I don't count the morning like 6:30, 7 o'clock workout, because that's what I'll do regardless if I'm not fighting again. But going to practice and trying to wrestle with guys, and then going into practice and trying to spar with kickers.
Right.
I mean, it's dangerous, first of all, and then, you know, you're always just trying to push yourself, and I wasn't trying to rush back.
Right.
But every time I go back, I would hurt something.
Right.
So I would hurt my right shoulder because I was using my right shoulder so much. So I was in and out of the hospital with surgeries. The only thing that kept me going through it all was, honestly, I mean, I got a family. I got to make money. And during the course of all this, that was what I knew. Right. I was an athlete, and I was a banger. And that's what I knew, and I was making good money at it. So why wouldn't I want to get back into that? You know, that's a lick in itself every time I step in the ring.
Right.
So, I mean, that was my first foremost, getting back in the ring. Now that I've had time away from the ring, you know, away from it, to think about my future afterwards. Mm-hmm. I'll be into broadcasting. I'll be into commentating fights. I'm also, I mean, I do seminars and I speak to any kids. I mean, I'm a motivational speaker for kids because I know what they go through.
Right.
I'm a big kid. That's what my wife's big problem with me. I'm a big kid, but that's all right, baby. You still love me. It's always gonna be hard, Cogee.
Right. So let me ask you this question: did you ever think when you got in the game you would be a legend?
No, heck no. No way. No, I'm never gonna look at myself as a star. Right. You know me, Cogee.
I know.
I've known you for a long time, and
yeah.
I'm the most humble dude in the world. But as soon as you mess with my people, you're going to understand why I'm a legend.
Right. I understand that. But to some of the kids out there that's getting in the game, whether it's martial arts, whether it's basketball, football, talk to these kids and talk to them about not only trying to play, but leaving a legacy. A legacy means a lot nowadays because ain't too many kids making it to the goal line, Kevin. You know that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a legacy, what a legacy means nowadays.
I tell you what. I want to say this first.
Go ahead.
For any kid out there that has aspirations to be better, if you want to be the Michael Jordan of your thing, or if you want to be the Randy Couture, Kevin Randleman in MMA, make sure that the people that you standing around are good people doing good things. Because those bad ones they'll drown you.
Yeah.
They'll make you fail. They'll keep you behind the 8 ball, and you'll never get out from behind it. So no matter what, you know who your good friends are, and you know you want to hang around with guys because it's a little fun. Now, hanging around the guy that's fun is going to cause problems in the future because you're going to be in front of a court judge, and he's not going to look at you as a kid anymore. He's going to look at you as a grown man that made a stupid mistake. But just look around you. Listen to your mothers and fathers. I know you hate it, but, you know, there's always going to be some mentors out there. You got Conversations with Cogee, and he'll talk to any child that calls him.
Definitely.
And if you contact me, you know I'm going to reach out to you because I love a good story. Give me an opportunity to make your life better.
Yeah, there it is. So, Kevin, I got a young man in the studio today.
Yes, sir.
And he's here, and he was in college. He dropped out of college. He's running with some guys. He was running with some guys, big drug dealers and everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm helping him rebuild right now. Now, we talking about a Ray Lewis setting right here, a young Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis is going to be coming to the show. You know, we're going to be talking to him, and we're going to take him under his wing. We're going to do some good things with him.
Oh, no, that's
talk
a
to him
blessing
about
right there,
talk
baby.
to him about the importance, man, of his situation, getting back in the game, getting back in college, and putting that helmet and them shoulder pads back on.
I was there. I was you. I got a second, third chance to do something better because I had a lot of good people around me willing to take a chance and walk with me through some of the troubled times. But if you're saying Ray Lewis is going to come in here and sit and help this young man, that's a second chance with golden flakes and talismans on it. Don't make that mistake. Right. That's a great chance. And your friends that are in I don't care, you know, you can be mad at me for saying this, but I got gangbanger friends, I got dope dealer friends,
yeah.
I got doctor friends, I got friends from every walk of life, and I care about them all.
Right.
I'm not going to let someone's bad habits get me in the bad way.
Right.
So I just want you to understand that you're the power. You're powerful. You're the power in your whole entire world. You're the universe. So everything you do will cause repercussions, but it's only going to cause the big ones on yourself.
Right. And I just talked to him the other night. We went to dinner. Me and him sat and talked. We had a 2-hour conversation. I told him, Kevin, before you go back home, 2 of your friends will be dead, and you'll see that God gave you a confirmation. Phone call last night. One of his best friends got his brains blew out in the park in front of everybody. Excuse the expression on the air, but Kevin, God talks to me to tell these young ones that you've been there and done that with losing the friends and everything.
I'm lucky to be here.
So let's talk about that.
I'm just lucky to be here. You know what I mean? I've been there. I've been shot, stabbed. I mean, I got 300 stitches on one side of my head, and I don't know how many on the other. I mean, ice picks in my neck.
But at the end of the day, what was it worth?
It wasn't my life.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what we telling you.
My life is if I would have lost my life and all the stupidity that I had done before where I should have, I don't know how I didn't. A higher power, there is. I mean, I'm one of those guys that you have to show me real proof on a lot of things, and I know there's a higher being because he shows me every time I ask him. Except he doesn't show me. He shows me through other people, like rest in peace, Sean Tompkins. You know,
right.
He's been helping me through hard times as well. You know,
right.
We all got a mental. You know, it's how we were brought up. You know, your friends, you get in a fight, it changes your mental. But I know that I'm strong enough to overcome anything, and especially, you know what positivity is. You know, so if it's not positive, it's negative, and it's counterproductive to you being the best person you can be for everyone.
And he's got a good mother. Works hard every day. He's the only child. And she's sick right now with the situation.
How old are you? 22? You know what? Sometimes you get down on yourself, like, you know, you think you keep making everyone else, disappointing everyone else. Don't worry about disappointing anyone but yourself. I tell you, don't feel bad. Don't even let your head ever once look at the ground, because you're a 22-year-old young black man with all the world in front of him. Because you're in the studio with Conversations with Cogee. You getting ready to meet Ray Lewis. He's getting ready to change your life. You're walking forward into the light, baby. I tell you, keep your head up, looking to the sky, because you're going to go far.
And Ray Lewis said he'll mentor any of these young ones that's going to go off track and get them back on track. When I say he got highlight films of high school, knocking helmets across the field. Everything. He wants to get back in college. He wants to do it. We're working on that right now.
Ray Lewis was there. You know, all these athletes were there. And somebody helped pull them back into the light. You know, I'm not sitting up here trying to preach either.
No,
that's the last
but
thing
you know
I
what?
am.
This is why I brung him here. You know why? Because you mentor people, and I mentor people.
Yeah.
And I wanted your star-studdedness to be, hey, second chance achiever. You're talking to kids right now. This is what
Yes,
you're
sir.
giving. You're saving lives, and guess what? I brung you a pupil. I
Yes,
wanted
sir.
the people to hear you flow and hear what you do. And like I said, what we got? We got 4 minutes? All right, go on, Kevin. It's your floor, baby.
The biggest inspiration that I get in life is kids. I go to practice every day, and I watch kids do things that are kind of spectacular.
Right.
I got to see them do it again. And getting the opportunity to talk to someone that, like, I know how I was when I was younger. And I remember when all those teachers and stuff was like, you got something different in you. You just never give up. You never quit.
Right.
I'm saying this to you. I mean, when I walked in, I was like, dang, that's a big bro. That's a big man right there.
Right.
And you're a young man. You don't even know what life is yet.
No.
Just what you learned in the park or with your boys. There's a world out here with beautiful ladies, beautiful women that are very knowledgeable, not looking to, don't care about your cash, but worry more about your mental. You know, it's the small things. I mean, no matter how this may sound to anyone, but for someone coming from the streets, I'm always looking for the easiest way. The hardest road for me is just hard work. But I've done it so long, it's easy for me. I love it. You know, when I don't work hard, like, I was the worst dope dealer. I was the worst. My friends used to laugh at me, and I found what I was good at. And I do it all over and over just to get better at it. But I look forward. I'm going to keep up with you. I'm going to get your name when we're done here, for sure.
But it's what I want you to do. I want me and you to go to dinner with him. I'm gonna take us all to dinner. I got a place that hooks us up. When I bring people and we sit down and we're gonna mentor to him, because I want you to get to him before Ray get to him, Ray Lewis, before I introduce him and drop him over that situation. I want you to put something in him. You've been there and done that, and I need you to go street with him. When you sit down and talk to him, tell him about them cats he's running with. Tell him about doing the hand-to-hands for another man who don't care about him at the end of the day. That's what we're going to talk about, and I want you to flow.
Oh, believe me, and I know you a banger. I see you with your knuckles clenched up right now. You ready to knock somebody out. No, but we all have friends, and I don't care what you can look at someone and think that they're the meanest person in the world, but open your mouth to them and you'll be amazed at how much this man might just want to help you become a better man yourself. My wife used to always say, why you always look so mean? I'm like, and now I walk around with a smile on my face, and people come out of the woodwork and be like, oh, how you doing? Okay, I realized I never realized it.
Right.
I was always walking around ready for the fight, and now that I'm enjoying life again, I'm enjoying people.
Right. And check us out, everybody. We getting phone calls right now, but I can't let you in. Show's almost over, and I need Kevin to do this because I brung a young student in for Kevin, the mentor, to show y'all what he's doing and how he's doing it. And I'm sorry about that, but next week I will get you in, so please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got to make this happen. You doing great right now, and I thank you for coming, man. And you always, you know what I'm saying, giving it 100%, man. Every time I talk to you, you can see it in your eyes when you talk about things. Your eyes water. You're tensed up over it. You mean everything you say, and I thank God I got a friend like you.
Amen. Same here.
It's on you, baby. Go on, talk. It's on you.
Anyone and everyone out there that was listening to Conversations with Cogee, thank you for tuning in. And I'm always trying to sit in every time I'm in town. I'm coming to get down.
Oh, yeah.
And we're always going to have something going on, regardless whether it be in the streets at a park or something or helping somebody out. But we'll always be able to let you guys know exactly what we're doing if you stay in touch with us. Conversations with Cogee and Kevin Randleman. You can check me out on Twitter. Randle, RANDLE _monster, MONSTER. And I'll always let you know when I'm going to be on the show, and it's always going to be raw.
Oh, yeah.
Real.
And definitely, like I said, Kevin's a part of my show. Hey, he's a panel person, and hey, we mean it. Like I said, all these brothers we got sitting here right now, like I said, we got 30 seconds. Just please don't let us catch you snatching none of these kids up. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely going to hold you and make sure you going to stay there for the police. But just, leave these kids alone, man. Let's stay safe. Everybody stay prayed up. But I'm down to seconds. I want to say thank you, Kevin. And I mean that. God bless you, your new baby, and your wife and everything. We down to seconds.
Thank you.
Just
to everybody out there, say something nice to somebody. Believe me, it changed your life.
Okay. Hey, it's been Conversations with Cogee. We had Susan Steinbrecher on here today, Mike Perez. We had my man Butch. We had Chuck. We had John Watts, Kevin Randleman, and Brad's on the phone throwing in support. I want to thank my whole team of Conversations with Cogee. Check me out next week. Part 2, baby. I'm out. Now been listening to Conversations with Cogee. Check out past shows, upcoming events. Pray for me and stay for me. You dig?